I was extremely happy when we were invited to talk about transformation. I have been advocating the power of art as a catalyst for social change over the past 20 years. And I strongly believe that art is the natural platform for society to see social responsibility and learn collectively. Around 2 years ago, I decided from all the capitals of Europe to come to Athens. And as I witnessed accelerated globalization and rapid changes in the environment, new bodies of power started inscribing within our society. It seems that everything is blocked by overregulations and populist images prevail. People seem to be constantly uninvested and excluded from their daily environment, and there is a serious disconnect between the governing mentality and the citizens. There is an urgent need for us producers and artists to be engaged and try to reorganize the interactive urban systems and to challenge the existing political and economic frameworks. And as I wonder, could we create a platform where we could research, debate, and tackle the problems of everyday life, as well as address one another as co-producers of the city? My friend and fellow producer, Corinne contacted me.
So, having worked in the film industry for the last 10 years with some of the greatest directors in countries around the world, there was something still missing. I wanted to find a balance between my personal life and my professional life. I also wanted to try and find a way to take my love of storytelling and inspire people to become more engaged global citizens. I also wanted to keep learning, so I had an idea. I wanted to bring together different genres of thought to explore various issues in the world, namely climate change, and the first experiment, art and science. But to do this, I knew that I needed a partner, somebody who shared my passion for work. I called Yvonne, who at that point was in Greece. I was in between New York and Paris, and we engaged in a dialogue about how we saw the world. Via Skype, ideas traversed the Atlantic, and 6 months later, MELD was born. What we realized about climate change is that it's not just about global warming. It is about people and their direct relationship to what's happening with the consequences of climate change. At the end of the day, it's about human stories. MELD invites artists and scientists to come together, to dialogue, to educate and inspire one another, and to fuse their ideas in order to create new perceptions as well as find creative solutions.
So, against all odds, Athens became the perfect grounds for this experiment. And I wonder if we could create models where people could become participants and understand the complexities and dynamics of our city. And if we could develop a narrative of the city where everybody would have a place. Corinne and I decided to engage in what we call urban acupuncture. By that, we mean small actions that allow vulnerable parts of society to emerge and block relationships to flow again. About a year ago, we commissioned German artist Alexander Schello a video art installation on the perceptions of water in Athens based on its central river, the Kifissos. Already in its process of production, that artwork allowed its participants to feel part of a society, not as consumers, but as creators and becoming protagonists in their own immediate environment. Schello walked hundreds of hours by the Kifissos, capturing its urban landscape and collecting the stories of its inhabitants. He returned with thousands of stories to tell, poignant stories, human stories. One of the stories that really shocked us, and we would like to tell you about that, do you know the story of the children of the traffic lights? Well, this is the story of around 600 children that were collected at the dawn of the Olympic Games. And as of today, we still don't know exactly what has happened to them. Though this is a recurring story in the diverse communities of Athens, there is very little trace in the media nor in the collective memory of the Athenians. For us, it was an obligation to give a voice to this communal story that demands mutual responsibility.
So already fans of TED, we became even bigger fans when we were creating MELD. We even ended up using a number of the inspiring talks as a catalyst for our own project. And I can remember how moved and encouraged we both were by the power one has to achieve one's own dreams. In a way, it seems like we've come full circle a bit. Just like MELD and our vision to project video works in outdoor spaces around the world, French street artist and photographer JR also uses the world as his photographic canvas. He is known for taking large-scale black and white photographs and posting them against various outdoor spaces as a way of encouraging global dialogue. Yvonne and I have been following JR's work for the last couple of years, so when he won the TED Prize this year, we knew it was our chance to join forces. JR's wish to turn the world inside out and invite individuals and groups around the world to do their own action. As Yvonne said, it was Project Nero and a story that Shello heard that inspired us to do a group action here in Athens, which we call Eyes of Truth. When we heard the story of the children, we wanted to pay homage to them. Via an open call, we invited Athenians to participate by taking portrait photographs of a privileged and unprivileged child. 6 Greek photographers responded. As always, we wanted to create a collaborative endeavor, inviting people from different stratas of society to participate. Everyone brought their own vision and perspective, choosing to participate knowing that interacting with the children was just as important as the portraits themselves.
So participating in these actions shows us as a united group of people whose responsibility is to communicate as a means of understanding one another. It is about collective learning. It is about engaging people in creative activities to act upon the immediate environment. It is an extraordinary opportunity to join forces with people all over the world and be part of this global dialogue.
To see the photographers interact with the children was magical. To see the children's reactions, the smiles on their faces, the way their eyes lit up, their interest in the camera, how it worked, getting to see the photographs just after they were taken, and the way that each photographer embraced the project was a testament to the spirit of the Athenian people. Also to see the variety of ethnicities who participated, from Greeks to Georgians, Albanians to Kenyans, Peruvians to Ugandans. It showed Athens as a true melting pot.
It has been an extraordinary experience to be part of the Inside Out project, not only because of the unique perspective that each photographer brought to the table, but as well because of the children and the parents, but overall because of the communities and the overwhelming response that has made this project possible.
It was also so awe-inspiring to see the photographers become bridges and engage the different communities. Via the Inside Out project, Eyes of Truth brought us all together to work towards a common vision, but it would not have been possible without each of our different perspectives and experiences.
Well, one of JR's more successful and controversial actions took place in Gaza in 2007, the Face-to-Face project, where he invited Israelis and Palestinians and took portraits of themselves making funny faces. These portraits were placed in both sides of the wall. When JR engaged in this action, people thought he was crazy. People thought he would never make it. He was arrested by the Israeli army. And then he was released briefly after. But what we remain with is this magnificent image of a rabbi and a sheikh holding hands and embracing each other's faith in the name of art as one of the solutions for a peaceful dialogue among both their people.
So, if JR can unite a rabbi and a sheikh in the name of art, we believe that we can as well. So for all of you sitting in the audience today, we invite you to stand up, collect,
and come and join us next Saturday posting these posters in Center Athens.
Thank you so much. Ευχαριστώ πολύ.